Okie dokie Loki. I have been told that I'm live. Can everybody hear me? Are we Gucci? Are we good? Are we good? Let me check the Yona stage chat. Hey! Yes, can everyone hear me? Please tell me you all can hear me. Yay! It is on my wall. Thank you so much for sending me all that lovely stuff. I absolutely cried when I saw it. Oh, I had such a rubbish day at work, came home, and it was just, oh, it was all so much fun. Hello, every pony. Hello, hello, hello. I am ridiculously nervous, so please forgive me if I just babble on for about a million years. I am the IRL Pinky, so I just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. But yeah, for anybody who doesn't know me, hello, my name is Laura K. I'm a 22-year-old cosplayer / wannabe voice actor. If you're joining me from TikTok, thank you so much for coming over from there. If you don't know me from TikTok, that is okie dokie. But basically the lowdown on what I do over on TikTok is I do impressions videos a lot of the time, as well as cosplay content, but predominantly I do impressions and things like that on there. So people might send in questions to me to answer, such as like do this song in Pinkie Pie's voice or say something else in Rainbow Dash's voice. And yeah, a lot of the time it is impressions to do with the pones. It's all to do with the pones. And yeah, a lot of them I like to do like advocating for like LGBTQ rights, obviously, as you can see in the background, that is my flag. So a lot of the time as well, I do nice videos for people who might need a little bit of comfort, people who need emotional support. I know a lot of minors follow me over on TikTok and they've been struggling a lot going back to school recently as well with absolutely everything that's been going on. It is all very insane. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at this chat right here. We can hear you wonderfully, don't worry. Utterly. Oh my God, thanks, guys. I love your outfit, earrings, and makeup. Thank you so much. I tried, you know, I don't normally look like this. I usually look like an absolute gremlin, just sat here watching film with food and tea. Obviously, I've still got my tea in my apple horse mug. I'm so sorry for my lighting. My room isn't the best place to film, but alas, those prints, oh, I love it. Absolutely cried when they sent me all that stuff the other day. I just had to put Best Horse on the wall. She's so good. And just forgive the Apple Dash art, I'm a bit obsessed. Yeah, today guys, I'm just going to be babbling on really. Predominantly I'm gonna be talking about what film has meant to me as an adult, like what it's sort of taught me, how I became a brony sort of later on in life, because I am 22 years of age right now, and unfortunately I only came back to the fandom a couple of years ago really. I used to love it as a kid, but then yeah, things obviously sifted out and I weaseled my way back in a couple of years ago nearly, which was the Apple Dash stickers. People are sending me Apple Dash things on here. I am so pleased. Thank you so much. But yeah, that's basically what I'm going to be talking about today. Hopefully I don't go off on too many tangents. I usually do. I have notes. I always have notes, just little prompts, you know. So forgive if I go off on all the tangents and forget to look at the chat. Alas, yeah. I'm a cosplayer as well as an impressionist, wannabe voice actor. I have absolutely no idea how to really go about becoming a voice actor. Unfortunately, I didn't have the chance to watch the actual VA panels yesterday because I was called into work. Hopefully I'll be able to do that a little bit later on today. But yeah, it would be an absolute dream to be a voice actor because for some reason I can just do weird things with my voice. I don't know how I do it because I can just go way up here. Okie dokie Loki. And then I can go a little bit further down here. So it needs to be about 20% cooler. I don't know. It just works. People ask me all the time, how do you do that? And I honestly, I don't know. It just comes naturally to me. I've just always been able to do it. I did a YouTube video about this relatively recently. And my family and like my old school friends will be able to like vouch for me when I say this, but I've just always been able to do accents and weird voices ever since I was a kid. But that's how it is. And I feel like now I'm only just about trying to put it into practice as something that I could potentially do. Oh my God, stop sending me Apple Dash stuff. I'm in love with it. Woo! It makes me feel so warm. I love it. Thank you so much. Those were some good impressions. Thank you. That's very, very sweet. So yeah, first of all, I think I need to explain to you guys why I only just sort of, like I say, weaseled my way back into the fandom. I used to love not Fim, the old school ponies as a kid. I was a 90s kid, well, very late 90s kid, 98 I was born. I did used to love all the Gen 1 movies and things like that, and all like the old toys. Thankfully, I used to have a video shop. If you all remember videos, they were a thing, you know, VHS tapes. They were a whole thing back in the day. I used to have a VHS shop in my village, and I used to love it. I used to get loads of like old movies from there, and used to get like the Gen 1, Gen 2 movies, things like that. And then what I used to love more than most things, when I was about 7 or 8, was My Little Ponytails. I used to love that, you know, with Bonbon, Clover, and Minty. I used to absolutely love that show. It was amazing. That Luna poster, the Luna poster, I love it. Sorry, I'm already getting distracted by the chat. I love that. Yee! Apple Dash prints there. I know, I wish I was that good at art in general. I just wish I could draw, you know? I have all the headcanons, but your girl can't draw, which is really sad. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, back in the day, I used to really like it as a kid. I was definitely a pony kid. I had all the toys, you know, little brushables, things like that. And yeah, when I left primary school, it all sort of sifted out. Went to high school, obviously got involved in a lot of different fandoms at the time. And when Fim came out, I think I was probably about 12 or 13. So 10 years, yeah, I'm 22 now, so I was probably about 12, edging on to 13. And I had little to no idea that there was any sort of new generation of ponies. I didn't have a clue about Fim itself, Equestria Girls, any of the new toys, any of the new movies, comics, anything. And it makes me sad when I think about it now, because it's such a big part of my life and I love it so, so dearly, and I wouldn't change a thing. But when I look back, I'm like, oh, it's a shame. It's a shame I wasn't a part of it when it was like, you know, the absolute hype, you know? But yeah, like I say, it was a different time. Laura was even smaller and was going through all the GCSEs, all the teenagery things that we all go through, I'm sure. You know, liking boys, not liking boys, figuring out that one actually likes girls as well as boys, all the things, you know, all the things that are involved in being a teenager. And yeah, I just never watched it. And then I'll tell you for why I rejoined, inverted commas, rejoined the fandom. I work at Build-A-Bear. I don't know whether anyone else knows this from my other social medias or anything like that. But yes, I work at Build-A-Bear. And I'm sure you'll know at Build-A-Bear, we sell all the plushies. This is my Trixie. I have her right here. She smells of lavender. She's very nice and relaxing. She's best pone here. She's very cool. The great and powerful Trixie, as we say. And yeah, on my first day, I was ridiculously nervous about starting. I was a very anxious being. I still am somewhat an anxious being, but a couple of years ago, Laura was hitting sort of rock bottom mental health wise. So I was ridiculously anxious. And I wanted to, you know, prove to myself that I could do this job. And I wanted to be, you know, very Applejack about it, very independent. It all got very Applebook season very, very quickly. So I wanted to prove, you know, that I could do it. I could, you know, beat this whole thing. I could do this job. And I wanted to make a good impression on my first date with managers, etc. So I wanted to familiarize myself with all the bears and stuff like that, whatever we had. And I saw out of the corner of my eye, I looked and I saw the logo of the Pones. And I was like, oh, le gasp, I used to love the Pones. The Pones were great. And I'm thinking, you know, My Little Ponytails, Gen 3 sort of deal. I'm thinking, yes, let's go. I used to love that. Ran over as I did. I looked and I saw this. And like Cheery Lee, Fluttershy, Starlight Glimmer. And I'm like, who the hell are you? I had no idea. No, absolutely no idea who these Pones were. So I was shook. And I'm looking around and then people came in. And they look at me and they look at the Pones and they're like, hey, is this one Fluttershy or is this one Pinkie Pie or what? And I was like, my guy, I wish I could tell you. I have zero ideas. So me being me, I went home and did some research. I looked on the interwebs and I found, hey, there's a new generation of Pones. It's called Friendship is Magic. It's Gen 4. I was like, wow, all right. So purely for scientific purposes, I wish there was like a zoom in effect there, you know, like on The Office or something like that. So yeah, purely for science, I watched the first 2 episodes. Yeah, and the rest they say is history. So here I am being me, doing the whole impressions thing, cosplaying all the characters. It's a whole bunch of fun. I wouldn't change it for the world. Let's have a look at these. Do they still sell them at Bilbert? Yeah, they do. Like some of them, yeah. Not an awful lot of them now. I'm very, very sad because we don't sell Applejack. And as we all know, or as I know, Applejack is best pony. This has already gone cold. Fuming. Fuming. Yeah, they do. Oh, I love that. Look at the flu. I love that so much. That's amazing. Friend's got hers signed by Lauren Faust at PonyCon. That's so cool. I literally only have 3 and I'm gutted about it. I've got Fluttershy, Starlight Glimmer, and Trixie. But they are very cute. They're just by my bedside, making me feel very happy. But yeah. This is where it's all sort of led me, and I'm very humbled to be a part of this whole thing. And even though I've never been to a BronyCon before now, I'm very grateful to be a part of this event and to help people feel like it's still sort of going on, even though everything is absolutely ridiculous at the moment. It sucks, and I'm sure everyone's still very reminiscent, and it's a bit of a rubbish time. Like, even though we're here, you're still thinking about wanting to be at a con. Like, for goodness sake, like, I would really like to be at a con right now, because I go to MCM Comic Cons a lot of the time as well. And there should be one at the end of this month, really, but there's not going to be one, obviously. But I'm just very, very glad that we're able to come here and be a part of this community. It's very exciting. I'm thrilled. Hugs, huge hugs to everyone. Very, very true. I love that. Hugs for all the ponies, please. Yeah, it is very reminiscent time, I think. Just thinking about like all the good times we had at cons. I watched all my vlogs recently about all the Comic Cons that I've been to in the past, and now I'm sad. But yeah, we are here. We are all here for the same reason, because we love Finn. Happy anniversary yesterday as well for Finn. I'm very excited. I'm very sorry as well. I didn't manage to watch a lot of the stream yesterday because I was called into work. But yeah, alas, you have to come to. Yes, I will. I will definitely have to go. I'll definitely have to go to a PonyCon. Yes, I will. I'll definitely have to balloon to cosplay. And finally, yeah, we must do the cosplays. We must do. I need a whole bunch of new wigs. I've just got my wig bag sat there looking all sad. The only good wig I have is my pinky wig, but obviously I'm the IRL pinky, so your girl needs a pinky wig. All right, let's get this party started properly, I think. I mean, it's already started, right? I think we're already on a roll. We're already good. God, I talk so much. Good grief. Alrighty, so the main thing that I wanted to main puns. The thing that I wanted to talk about mainly today was what FIM has meant to me as an adult, like what it's taught me as an adult. Because obviously, like I say, I was sort of thrust back into the fandom, self-induced thrust back into the fandom at the age of 20. So it's a whole lot different than how it would be if I started watching it, say, as a kid, because every single children's TV show, like any piece of media like that's based like for like children, movies, TV shows, books, games, etc., they've all got to have some sort of moral like embedded into it, and we all know the main moral of Friendship is Magic is Friendship is Magic. It's in the title. And then obviously there are a lot of other like lessons to learn in specific episodes as well. That was like the whole premise of season 1 and 2, wasn't it? Letters to Princess Celestia, nearly every single episode at the end, which I do miss. I miss those absolutely very, very much every single day. Make me cry a bit, make me cry. It's going to be for sure. Missing everybody. Oh, I'm so glad I'm part of this community. Everyone's so lovely. Anywho, yeah, like I say, there's morals embedded into like every form of kids media, but then as an adult, I think you learn something completely different from them when you watch it. And then for me, it was mainly like the characters that hit different for me. That tea is cold now, sad. Yeah, like as a kid, like you take away like, the more like the lessons that are sort of very overt and like thrown in your face, like the letters to Princess Celestia at the end of the episode. But for me, the lessons that I took from the show are mainly to do with the characters and like their personalities, their struggles, like what they've been through. So say, like, for example, Applejack, like I mentioned before, when I started my new job nearly 2 years ago, I was at a really rough place, like mentally. I was very anxious. I was basically just Fluttershy, just in the very first episode. Very, very anxious being, didn't want to talk to anyone. So at the end of when you look at it, like a face-to-face job wasn't really what I was after, but it's, you know, it's done me the world of good and it's the greatest job. But yeah, like I say, when I started my job, I wanted to be very Applejack about it, and I wanted to prove that I could do everything on my own, and that I didn't need any help, you know. And I was just at that place where I thought, yeah, I can do this, but no, I really couldn't do it. And I didn't want to ask for help because I didn't want to do it again, you know, because I've asked for help a lot of the time and I wanted to prove that I was, you know, doing good things. But yeah, things started like piling on top of me. And then when I watched Friendship is Magic for the first time, obviously Applebook season is the 4th episode in the entire show. I watched it and I sat back and I was just like, alrighty then. And then I was like, I relate to this horse a little bit too much. Hurts me. I was like, why would you out me like this, like with a cowgirl horse? This is not fun at all. So yeah, she's definitely taught me about asking for help. It's absolutely okay. Like no matter what age you are, like no matter what you're going through, a mental struggle, physical, emotional, etc., it is absolutely okay to ask for help. Like in whatever situation you're in, just don't let it pile on top of you, because you're not going to be of any use to anybody if you're overworking yourself, and like your mental state's not going to get any better if you just keep adding to your workload. And then when you try and help other people, like Applejack does all the time in that episode especially, you know, she's got to help Dash with the tricks and Pinky with cooking, Fluttershy with the bunnies and all this kind of stuff, and then she's of no use to anyone because she's absolutely exhausted and she's just knackered the entire episode. So it's taught me a whole bunch about that, and like self-care especially. And then also she taught me so much about how friends can become a part of your family if you let them. And that is important at any age, I think, because, hello, make some friends. Twilight saying, Apple Horse grew on me. I adore Apple Horse more than most things. I have a little Applejack pin here. She's very cute. But yeah, Applejack as well taught me so much about how friends can become a part of your family if you let them. And it's important at any age, that I think, because like some people might not have great relationships with their biological family members, like for whatever reason whatsoever. And your friends might well be the most important family members that you have. And Applejack's out there having the biggest family in all of Equestria. Like she's got apples everywhere and pears, you know what I mean? Like she's got absolutely like everything. She's got all the family, and yet she still wants to add to that family because that's just the way she is. And she knows for a fact that her friends are always going to be there for her, as are her family. So she's like, yeah, be a part of the apples, do the thing, you know? And it's so great, and it's so very heartwarming, you know? And well, another like giant lesson Applejack's taught me so much as a person, as an adult as well, because I think Applejack, out of all the main six, is one of the oldest out of all of them. I did a headcanon thing about this a while ago on TikTok, lol. But yeah, she's just been through so much, and she just shows that, you know, it's all right to not always be okay in a way, because she's obviously been through a whole lot of trauma, you know, not that it's, you know, mentioned often, but you know, she does so many amazing things, and she's always felt the need to sort of prove herself a lot of the time. And you know, she's been through all of this emotional trauma, and oh my god, I cried. I can't even get it out. In the second to last episode, when Twilight's like panicking and all this about the mean three, and then Applejack comes over and she's like, you know what, Twilight, bad things happen and all this, and I'm like, oh, what's going on here? And she says, no matter what you do, there's never going to be a time when everything's perfect, but that doesn't mean you quit trying. And that quote has stuck with me ever since like the second to last episode came out. And I sort of quote that to myself every day. Like, no matter how bad things get, you still need to keep going. And that's coming from a character who's been through probably the most out of all of them. You know, she's lost family members. She has been through just so much with the rest of the group, and she feels like a constant need to prove herself all the time, and I cry when I think about it. It's taught me a whole lot, and like the rest of them have as well. Like the rest of the characters have taught me a whole bunch. Like Dash taught me to always go for your dreams. You know, like I don't even know how I'm going to go about doing this, but I really do want to become a voice actor one day. I mean, obviously I'm only 22. I'm going to have to properly look into it, probably save up for a lot of classes or like session. I don't know what you really have to do, like sign up for agencies, whatever. But Dash as a character from the very, very start taught me that reaching for your dreams, no matter how like unattainable they might seem, is so important, you know, and to, you know, support your friends and their dreams. Like I say, no matter how ridiculous they might seem to you, they're very important to the person it comes from. You know, the person who wants to achieve that dream is obviously very important to them. And when you look at it in the very first episode, when Dash meets Twilight for the first time, obviously y'all were watching that last night. I saw on the tweet along. And when I look back at that, I'm like, oh my God. And then you look at the last episode, and like the parallel there is amazing, because Dash is training to become a Wonderbolt, and she's not even like been accepted to like any academy or anything like that. This is ages before Wonderbolt Academy. It's the very first episode, and she's still after becoming a Wonderbolt, and Twilight's just like, what, the Wonderbolts? Really? Like, you're going to be a Wonderbolt? You know, sort of like scoffing in a way, thinking like, no, there's no way. And then you look at the last episode and she's there being the captain of the Wonderbolts, and I'm like, the glow up is severe, my guys. It is very severe, and I enjoyed it so much. And it just proves, you know, even though it's just a show, but then at the end of the day, I look at it and I'm like, yes, it just shows me that, like I say, no matter how ridiculous your dreams might seem to yourself or others, you know, you should just go for it and like try your best. Like when you work hard, you can achieve what you want to set out to achieve, and it's very, very important. Let's have a look at the chat. Let's have a look. AJ is way too underrated. Faux show. Let's have a look. Perfect pair. Oh, you did not just mention perfect pair. I cry at it a whole bunch. You're absolutely fab at VAing. Oh, thank you. I cry. Yeah. The Swamp Fever episode. Yeah, the Swamp. Yes. Health of Information. That's very much like a self-care thing as well. Like that's very Apple Book season, I think. Health of Information, isn't it? Because it's the same sort of premise, you know, Fluttershy doesn't get any sleep, and she's just she feels like so much guilt because Zecora got that swamp fever thing, didn't she? I love that episode. I think it's hilarious. Like the first time we heard Zecora not round, we were just like, wait, I'm sorry, who are you? Where did you go? It was very terrifying. It has so many lessons in it. It really does. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Avatar. Cries a bit. Oh, amazing. Let's have a look at the questions. Have we got any unit stage questions? Oh my God. Let's have a see. Okay, so someone's just asked me how long have I been voice acting. So I'm not actually a voice actor. I'm a wannabe voice actor, very amateur impressionist. But yeah, like I said at the start, I have been able to just do voices and daft impressions since I was really, really little. Like I've been able to just do accents, like slip in and out of accents very, very easily ever since I was a child. Like my parents can vouch for me on that one. But yeah, I would very much like to become one. Like I say, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but like Dash taught me, I am going to achieve my dream by working hard, and I will do it. I will. Yes. You know, when you have to look at yourself in the mirror and like self-affirm, and you're just like, yes, do it. Do it. That was very Palpatine of me. I'm so sorry. Yeah, but I did sort of start with MLP. Like, I think the very first, yeah, actually it was the very first impressions video I actually did on TikTok, because my TikTok account was just all cosplay initially. And then one day I was doing a Pinkie Pie cosplay, and there was the Instagram filter for what pony are you? And I was like, I've got to do this while I'm in cosplay just for the bands. So I did it, and I did a Pinkie Pie impression as I was doing the filter, as I was doing the video, and it came up with Gummy, and it was a hilarious video. It just blew up on TikTok when I posted it. And everyone was like, oh my God, you sound just like her. And it was really weird. And then all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, I actually can sort of do that a little bit, can't I? I can do that. That's really weird. For like, I didn't know that I could actually do it at first, but then I was sat back and I was like, wait, can I do the rest of them? And then I just tried and I was like, wait. And then like the rest they say is history, which is insane. Did you say Apple Dash? Oh my God. Terrifying. Absolutely. Give me. Oh my goodness. Amending fences is a really good one. Ooh, questions for y'all. What are your favorite episodes? Because I want to talk about mine because they're so much fun. Yeah. What are everyone's favorites? My favorite episode is Castlemania. Don't question me. It is the best episode in the show. I love it. It is so Magical Mystery Cure is beautiful. I love that episode. I just love all the songs. All the songs are very good, and I think everyone's sort of like freaked out a bit with that episode because everyone's like, "Oh my God, it's a musical." But then my reaction was, "Oh my God, it's a musical," and I was thrilled about it. It was great. Hurricane Fluttershy is amazing. The wedding's great. Oh, one of the best villain songs came from Cancelot Wedding. Ah, yes. Chrysalis. Oh, Chrysalis, man. Amazing. I love Castlemania. Slice of Life is actually my second favorite episode. I love it purely for Lyrabon content and the whole vinyl scratch Octavia going down the street picking up poems. I just thought it was so funny. I just love it. This Day Aria is a great song. I love it. I love This Day Aria. It's a beautiful song. Princess's Dream of Magic Sheep. I love that episode so much. Yeah, Castlemania is definitely where Twilight gets her wings. Yeah, that's a Magical Mystery Cure, isn't it? All of them. Stop making me choose. I watched May the Best Pet Win the other day. Actually, the last episode that I watched was the last roundup, and that's one of my favorite episodes as well. Again, for like Applejack, just purely Applejack, and it's a very Apple Dashy episode as well. Like I read a post on Tumblr a while ago about like the little sort of like Apple Dash moments that don't actually, because they only actually have 2 episodes in the entire show, For Weather Friends and Non-Compete Clause. Like they're the only 2 episodes that they actually have like about the 2 of them as friends. But then when you look at like Castlemania and you look at the last roundup, I'm just like, warms my heart. Sisterhood Social's great. Crusaders of the Lost Mark makes me cry so much. Like when they sing the reprise, I just burst into tears so much. Oh my God, Look Before You Sleep's hilarious. Can't hear you, I'm asleep. I love that episode so very much. Frenemies. I think we know where this is about to go. We gotta try something new, something better. I love her. Sparkle. That is such a good episode. Sparkle 7 is hilarious. Then I'm going into space. When AJ says she's lying, element of honesty, every pony. So cozy glow. I just don't know what went wrong. Oh my gosh. Villain songs are the best for sure. I love villain songs. The last roundup's a brilliant episode. But yeah, I think back to what the show's taught me. Like all of the characters have taught me a whole bunch of stuff. I've mentioned Dash and Applejack. Rarity as a character is just so underrated. I think Rarity is, I love Rarity so much. Like obviously Applejack's my favorite pony. I kin Pinkie Pie more than absolutely any character. Like she's just me, and I've learned to be okay with that. You know, it's fine. I've even got my hair curly today for the occasion. But Rarity is honestly my she's just so underrated. for so many reasons. But she's taught me, like, as a woman as well, I think Rarity is really, really important for like people who identify as being women. She's so important because she shows that like women can actually have it all. She's got all these businesses and she's built it up from the ground herself. Like, she's had no help, like, besides like help from her friends, obviously, but all those friends are women as well. You know, it's all very, very important. It's all like, yes, women, you know, it's amazing. And she's taught me as well, you know, like, femininity doesn't equal being weak. You know, she's so stunning. She like has herself like poised all the time, and you know, she wants to have this sort of reputation as being like, you know, an elite pony and all this. I watched Sweet and Elite actually the other day, so this is another sort of episode that, you know, kind of proves that theory. That's great. And you know, like, present yourself however you want to, but then that doesn't automatically mean that you're going to be unable to handle yourself in a certain situation, and Rarity has proved that time and time and again. And I am just going to say this now. One of the best scenes I saw, one of the best moments, is literally like seconds long. I lost my mind. I lost my mind in the ending of the end part 1. I think you know where this is about to go. When Rarity yeeted that boulder at T-Rex, I'm sorry, but that was the greatest thing that I'd ever seen. And it's the fact that everyone was stood there like, wait, where did that come from? Because everyone's magic was gone. Celestia's was gone, Luna's was gone, Discord's was gone, and Twilight's just there, like, powerless. And Rarity just yeets this boulder. And I'm like, I lost it. I lost my mind. It was so good. The yeet. Yeetus the rock. It was so good. It was the best. It was the best moment of my life. I literally screamed. I'm sat there like eating popcorn, crying. It was a great time. And she just proves time and time and again that you don't have to be like, you don't have to conform to being like feminine, like within your personality and like within like your own strengths, you know, like you can look it, you can act it, do whatever you want with it, like be who you want to be. But it doesn't automatically mean that you're going to be weak and not be able to handle yourself. She's just so good. Sewing is a heavy job and no one appreciates. Right? You know, like, I've not really made anything in a hot minute. I'm in the middle of sort of making, inverted commas, making Pinkie Pie's Scaremaster outfit for spooky season. I'm very excited because obviously, as we know, it is spooky season. This is Britannia's spooky sleepover. So I thought, yeah, why not? Let's make a costume. I've sewn all these lovely sequins onto a tank top for Pinkie's outfit. And I've not honestly had like a needle in my hand for so long, and then my hand just cramped like really bad, and that was literally just sewing on sequins. So like, I can't even imagine right now being able to do like a full-on like gown or outfit, you know, like actually on my machine. Like, it's a heavy job. So Rarity does it really, really well. She carries herself amazingly. The one where the student 6 go down to What Lies Beneath. Amazing episode, beautiful episode. I love that one. Alrighty. So who's next on who's taught me things? Fluttershy. Fluttershy's taught me a whole bunch of things. I think Fluttershy is one of the most influential characters in the whole show, and for me, she's the strongest. I mean, obviously, you've got Applejack with physical strength, Dash, etc. But then Fluttershy is a character who means so much to me because I'm someone who has like chronic anxiety, like it's like a diagnosed condition, and she like resonated something within me. Like the very first time I watched the show, I was like, oh my god, she's me. And like, I related to every character in different ways, you know, Pinkie Pie, obviously, for obvious reasons. Applejack, all of them, I related to all of them very, very quickly. But Fluttershy just like sort of set something off in me, and I was like, oh my god. And when you look at an episode like Hurricane Fluttershy, Dragonshy, like all these episodes are based around being like socially anxious. And Fluttershy's character development for me was my favorite thing, because they could have very easily have just ended Fluttershy's character development somewhere like in the middle of the show, at the end of the show, wherever, and she's just like, I'm not anxious anymore, woohoo. And, you know, all of a sudden a character's just completely changed. They could have so easily have done that, but they didn't, because anxiety doesn't just go away. It takes time. And that's what makes Fluttershy's character development for me so amazing. It was so cool. And I'm just so glad, you know, in like Fame and Misfortune as well, you know, when the ponies were saying like, be assertive already, she's learning the same lessons over and over again, and then she actually stands up for herself and she says, I am assertive, I've learned to control my stage fright, and all this sort of stuff, you know, it's great. And it means so much to me, because I was that person, and now I'm doing the same sort of character development as Fluttershy did, and it's great. It's very heartwarming. It's just taught me that, you know, even though it might be scary to stand up for yourself, it's always worth trying. It's always worth trying to stand up for yourself, and that having a kind heart shouldn't be taken for granted, and like it shouldn't be taken advantage of by other people. And it's great. And it's a great sort of, like, the show itself, when you look at it, like mental health's really explored, and like in an adult sense, because obviously for a kid, like you're not really going to notice that, are you? But then as adults, especially for me, when I looked at it, I was like, wow, there's a whole bunch of stuff there, you know, because it's not actually overtly said, you know, that Fluttershy has anxiety. The word anxiety isn't used. It's stage fright, or, you know, she's just scared and shy, like as she is, that's just her. But certain episodes like Hurricane Fluttershy, Philly Vanilli, and so many others as well, you know, it shows us that, you know, she is trying to get over it, and, you know, baby steps, as she says, you know, what does she say? I'll get there, but baby steps, every pony, baby steps. And it's beautiful, and I love it more than most things. Let's have a look at here. Fame and Misfortune. Yes, it is a great episode. I love it. Get to see Diamond Tiara learn to be, yeah. Right? The show handles heavy topic. It really does. It's really, really great how it works. You know, they don't have to mention the actual words. You know, they don't have to have like a proper conversation about it. They just do it like really sort of embedded within it. Like, I don't know, it just works, and it's really amazing. I love it. Let's have a look at some of the questions. Simple ways. I love simple ways. So much skill from right? Can we all just agree that Tabitha St. Germain is a little bit too good at what she does? She's incredible, and she's just such a tactile voice actress, and I will never be like her. I cry a little bit. Oh, yeah. A lot of the CMC episodes are amazing. Ooh. Which wedding would you prefer to see more? All right. I think we all know which wedding I would prefer to see. I would just like to see Applejack and Rainbow Dash get married. I'm sorry for all you Rary Jack Flutter Dash shippers, but don't come for me. Don't come for me. I love them way too much. Stop it, Bexo. Stop it. You did not. She's so cool. Tabitha's just so good. Tabitha is best pony. Tabitha's just best pony. I love. Absolutely. Right? Yeah. So like a lot of deep subjects are mentioned in it, you know, guilt cycles, Tank, you know, like the episode about Tanks for the Memories is a beautiful episode, because even though nothing, you know, specifically tragic happens, it's made for people who may be experiencing the death of a pet or a loved one, and it's really beautifully done, and it is perfect. It's perfect. I love it so much. Yeah, Ed and Eddie were in film for sure. Very groovy. I hope so. So I love the comics. A whole lot. I've only got 2 actual copies of the comics, but I read a lot of them online. This is my favorite. This is my favorite comic, Reflections. It is a beautiful comic. I love it so much. The storyline's incredible. I don't know whether any of y'all read the comics, but I love them. I have been reading. I've been reading, obviously, the latest issues. I was screaming when issue 89 came out. I'm in love with it. I don't really want to go into it in case anyone's not read them yet for like spoiler purposes. I think issue 89 is on Read Comics Online right now. Issue 90, I think I paid for mine on Comixology like the day they came out. They are amazing. Oh no, yeah, the Rockcliffe and a Hard Place. That was a really good episode for that, for sure. The Transformers ones are good. Yeah, I love those. Yes, the manga. Now that you talk about it, they do be right here though. I love the manga so much. They're really, really awesome. I love them. I can't wait for the other ones to come out. When is it? I think it's December time, something along those lines. I love the manga. I need to reread them because I feel like I'm forgetting the storyline a little bit. But it's very cool, like time travel-y, Doctor Who style. I love it, and I'm just thrilled that the cover for the third one's going to have Applejack and Rainbow Dash on it. I hate myself so much, but it's true. It's true. Right. I'm so glad that there's LGBTQ representation in the show. Points to pan flag, you know? I went out to eat lunch. I wish I was out to actually, I've already had my lunch. But I love the comics and the manga so much. It's amazing. I love them. Okay, so I think the last sort of things that the show has taught me, like character-wise, you've got Pinky, who definitely taught me that complying with social norms is very, very underrated. Like underrated, overrated, yeah, for sure. Which word am I talking about right now? I'm very confused. Yeah, just complying with social norms is just ridiculous. Be yourself, always be yourself. Never let anyone dull your sparkle. That's what she's told me, you know. Because I am IRL Pinky. I'm just at the point now where I'm like, I don't really care what people think of me. I don't care. It's great. Okie dokie Loki. I'll just be me. It's amazing. Have Rainbow and AJ figures next to each other. What's your opinion on the Kieran? The Kieran are well cool. I love that episode, Sounds of Silence. It was well awesome. I loved it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Lyra Bon. Someone says Lyra Bon, and I agree. I I would love to see their actual wedding. But now we know that they are, you know, they are properly married. I enjoy that thoroughly. And yeah, Pinky as well. In episodes like Party of One, and especially in Yakety Sax as well, she's taught us that depression can't just be cured by doing things that you enjoy, because I personally have episodes of depression sometimes. And sometimes watching episodes of Friendship is Magic doesn't help. It doesn't help. And, you know, it might help for like a split second, just there and then, but then it doesn't automatically cure an episode. And it's like that in Yakety Sax. You know, Pinky's very upset that she can't play her Uvidaphone anymore. And, you know, she goes grey, her hair goes very long and straight, which makes me sad immediately and also gives me Smile HD flashbacks a little bit. But yeah, it just proves when they're all trying to get her to be happy and like do parties, bake cupcakes, go for tea parties, etc. It doesn't always work, and that's a very important lesson for us to learn from Pinkie Pie for sure. And as someone who is basically the element of laughter summed up, it is exhausting being happy all the time. You know, like I might appear to be happy absolutely every single minute of every single day, and I pride myself on being the element of laughter and going about my day trying to make everyone else happy and just spread joy wherever I can on all my social media platforms, with my friends, with my family. Just I want to cheer everybody up all the time, but it does get exhausting. And Pinky showed me personally that it's all right to not be happy sometimes. You know, like in Applejack's sense, it's okay to not be okay. But with Pinky, it's more like it's okay to not be happy and to actually have other emotions than just being the one who's happy all the time, you know, because I'm probably known as the funny friend, you know, like people will go about like, oh, your friends fit. And I'll be like, yeah, I'm just the funny one in the group, you know, that's like the goofball, that's me. And that's great. I am very pleased about that. But also it is exhausting and you do need to take time for yourself. Again, self-care just taught me a whole bunch about that as well. I like Derpy too. Pure comfort character, yes, for sure. I feel blessed that my poor self has not been subjected to Smile HD. You poor thing, don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, I love Pinky a whole bunch. I kin her all the time. She just proves to me time and time and again that she just is me. Like I've learned to live with it. I've learned to love it. It's very exciting. Let's have a look at chat here. You know what? That would have been amazing. Doctor Who's and Derpy should have definitely had a spin-off. I agree. I think that would have been absolutely hilarious. I love that for a whole thing. They're on the front of my comic, actually. They're on the front of my comic. You can't really see it. The lighting is absolutely terrible in here, I do grant you. But yeah, I love them a whole lot. Like in the manga, they've got a really awesome like segment. They've got a really awesome part in the story. I love it. Don't do it. Do it. For sure. Alrighty. So yeah, I think that's pretty much like everything that I've learned now. I've learned so much more from the show. It's just a beautiful show. Like Twilight, for example, Twilight's taught me when she got her social standing and her social status obviously changed, she did not change the way she treated every pony else. You know, she remained very down to earth and showed me no matter how rich or famous you might be, no matter like, again, your social standing, you should always just be respectful of absolutely everyone. And she's just a massive goofball, like all the time. Like we see, like, you know, when she's supposed to be all regal and royal, like the princess and all this kind of stuff, you know. But then when she's with her friends, like in the coronation in the very last episode as well, and she's there laughing and she looks an absolute mess and it's just hilarious. People keep posting, do it. I love it. Do it. Yes, thank you, Logan Berry. The manga is absolutely incredible, guys. Do it. That's something you should do. They are amazing. I didn't know they existed for a hot minute, but I absolutely adore them. And also, I do recommend the chapter books. I've got the chapter books back there. You probably can't see them very well, but they're in my little cabinet there. I love the chapter books. They're amazing. They're not really canon with the show, but I've tried to like figure out where they're sort of parallel to. So I think they start after like Canterlot Wedding. Actually, no, I think they start after Magical Mystery Cure because Twilight's already a princess now then. But yeah, like Twilight is just such a goofball and I love her a whole lot for a whole bunch of reasons, but mainly for the fact that when she became a princess, she didn't, you know, let it go to her head. You know, she didn't become big-headed with it and be like, yes, I'm the princess, love me in all my glory. You know, like when she was with a friend, she was just completely normal, and that's very, very cool to me. And then you've got a character like Spike, who is just, I love Spike so much. I love him a whole bunch. And he showed me, especially in Power Ponies, that you don't have to do incredible things to be an incredible person. You know, you don't have to have special abilities to do amazing things. You don't have to have superpowers to be a super friend. That's what he says, and I live by that. You know, you don't have to do anything absolutely exceptional to, you know, class yourself as a good person. You know, like go about your life doing good things and good deeds, etc., like being a kind person, as we all would like everybody to be, I'm sure, because this is the community for friendship. Obviously friendship is magic. But yeah, it's just like Spike's taught me, like, as well, like being little, and like the CMCs as well, like as well as Spike have taught me that being little, like it doesn't again like make you weak. The smallest person can change the course of the future. I feel like that's a Lord of the Rings quote somewhere along those lines. But yeah, like definitely, like they're very small characters, like, you know, side characters as well. And they've taught me, you know, like not to let the older generation push you around, especially the CMCs. You know, don't let the older generations push you around. Like even though you're the younger generation, you get slated for it a lot of the time. I get slated a lot for it as well, even though I'm not specifically young. I'm not like a youth, but oh god, I'm old now. But yeah, don't let the older generation push you around. You can still do amazing things even though you're small. They're just absolutely incredible characters, the CMCs. I love them a whole bunch for completely different reasons, but as a whole, I think they're just very important. Small people can make a really big difference, and that's like a Piglet's Big Movie quote as well. I think that's great. Let's have a look at this chat, my guys. You keep doing Palp's impressions, I'll do it. It's like the worst impression of Palps ever, but I love. Oh, Spike plush. You know what? I think a lot about the future generation of pones, and I have theories about. I could talk about this all day. Like Flurry Heart. You know, Flurry Heart, when she's grown up, she's probably going to be the same age as Luster Dawn, as are the Cake Twins. You know? And then you've got a character like Little Cheese and the Sugar Matt Kid as well. And I just think like, a new main six, you say? Question mark. You know, I know Luster Dawn goes off with all of these other friends, you know, at the end of the last episode, which I can't even think about right now because I will just burst into tears. Oh my god, the Palps gifts are coming. The Palps gifts are coming. Yeah, I would definitely. Yeah, I would definitely vibe with Flurry Heart spin-off. Yeah, for sure. I would love that. Events backstage. Sorry, I'm just looking at the other chats, just making sure everything's okay. I love these Palps gifts, guys. But yeah, for sure. Like, I have so many theories about the new generation of ponies. It's insane. Like, obviously, we're gonna get a movie, which unlimited. Oh my god, the Palps gifts keep coming. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna have to watch that now. You do realize. But yeah, like obviously gonna get this movie. There's been a whole bunch of controversy about that. I'm personally just very excited. Unpopular opinion, I love PonyCON. I watched it and just cried because I was just like, it was just what I needed, like in this lockdown. I'm like, good God, I just needed some meme content. It is literally just a whole meme, and I was like, yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect for me. It was great. I love PonyCON. It's not fim and it's not trying to be exactly. I mean, we all have different opinions on stuff, I'm sure. But I just think it was so funny. I just loved it. It was just an absolute meme. Another movie. Yeah, apparently so. Let the hate flow through. These Palps gifts are getting to me, guys. I love it. I love it. But yeah, I'm very excited about like anything else that My Little Pony has to offer. It's just exciting to me. It really, really is. I'm excited about anything pony related. Obviously the comics. I'm probably most excited about the comics always coming out. I've done a couple of read-throughs on YouTube about those, which are very, very cool. Like blind reactions, I love doing those. I just think it's hilarious to do. But yeah, I'm rereading the comics as well at the moment from the very, very start, and I've just finished. I think I've just finished. Oh gosh, it was a big story as well. It was the one about the hang on. I think I've just finished rereading Reflections actually. Yes, I did. Yeah, this was the last one that I've read through again. It's just hilarious. Like, I love Star Swirl in the comics so much. He's a bit of a crackhead. I love I love him. He's just an absolute lunatic. Yeah. G5 prequel. I don't know how I feel about it, but we will see. I'm excited about it anyway. I'm always thrilled about anything pony related, like I say. But yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much like everything Fim has taught me as an adult. If you all want to ask me any questions quickly before we go, feel free to pop them in the chat. Unistage questions. Ooh, what would I do different if this is an IRL con? Ooh, okay. So cosplay wise, oh gosh, I think I just have to cosplay Pinky because like I love cosplaying Applejack, but then personally I don't think I suit it very well because I don't suit being blonde for one thing. That's something that I will never suit because I've always had dark hair. And also just for me, like I'm not Applejack's body type as well. I always picture Applejack as being very, very tall, like muscular. Well, obviously she works on a farm. But then Pinky for me, small, kind of pudgy, eats a lot of stuff. She just is me. So I feel very comfortable being it. It's just like my comfort cosplay Pinky. She's great. So yeah, I think I'd definitely do a cosplay if it was an IRL con. Yeah, be very excited. I definitely must come to an IRL con when those kind of things come around eventually. Oh my gosh, even more. Equestria Girls. Okay. So my favorite Equestria Girls movie is Legend of Everfree. And I don't know why. Don't question me. I love it. It's just the absolute. I've got it on DVD and now I want to watch it because it's got so many good songs in it. Embrace the magic, and then it's got a We Will Stand Forever Free. Amazing song. That is one of the best villain songs ever. We will watch your career with great interest. Oh, what year did I get into MRP? So I started that at the very, very start, really. I've unfortunately only just about come back into the fandom in the last couple of years, yeah, because I work at Build-A-Bear. I found all the ponies, I researched Finn, and then, yeah, got into it because I had no idea what the what the bears were, I was like, huh, who's this Trixie? Trixie, who are you? And then, yeah, here she is because I love her. I love her a whole lot. She's so good. Yeah, it is. Gen 5 series. I'm gonna watch all the movies today. You are welcome. You are welcome. I'm thrilled I managed to put the idea into your head. Yona stage questions. Do you have an OC? I did have an OC a while ago. She was called Pastel Pages, and she was cute. She was like a little librarian, and I enjoyed her. She was very fun. Yeah, she worked at a library, and she was very cute. I can't remember much about her, like if she had a family or whatever. It was quite a while ago that I did it. But yeah, she was very cute. I enjoyed her. What's your favorite song from Film? Bats. Bats is best. Bats is best. I love Bats. Oh my god, Bats or oh good god, the lighting is horrendous. I love Bats. I love Best Friends Till the End of Time. That is an absolute bop. I also love Flawless. Flawless is an amazing song. I love that a whole lot. It's a great song. Let's have a look at the stage chat. Yes, Trixie's best. I wish we could have seen more Draconic. Yeah, Draconiquai. Wish we could see your OC. I should try and cosplay her maybe. I can't remember what she really looked like. Yay! Yes, I will have to do that. I don't know what happened to her. She just sort of phased out because I get overly invested in one thing and then I don't, and then I just sort of carry on with something else. Like I'll disassociate and just go. If I'm like writing something as well, I'll just be like and I'll get really invested in like a story or something, and then all of a sudden I just won't. I think it's a disassociation thing. I just can't concentrate on a certain thing at the same time. Yes, I should definitely cosplay her. I do be having all the Build-A-Bears. Oh! Yeah, everyone should just watch all the movies. Everyone should just watch all the movies right now. I would enjoy that. What happened to Pastel Pages? She didn't. I don't know what happened to her. Like literally, she's just still around. I think I just didn't really develop her as a character that much. No. If you could only speak in one voice for the rest of your life, which pony's voice would it be? I think it'd have to be either Fluttershy's or Dash's. Actually, no, I don't know about Dash because she's so raspy. But actually, no, probably Rarity because it's probably the closest to my accent anyway, even though I'm a northerner. Rarity sounds more transatlantic, and in Pony Life she sounds very, very southern English. Fluttershy's very quiet though. Pinky's way too high. I can't do a Tennessee accent that well. My Applejack impression is still pretty sketchy. Yeah, Dash is just way too raspy. She's very but sometimes I feel like I do sort of just drop into Dash's voice. I'll go whoa, and then I'll sit back and I'm like, wait, why did I just do? It is wow. Someone's got all the pones. All the pones. Wow. Do binge watch all the films. They're my comfort films. I think I've only got a couple of minutes left on here, my guys. But thank you so much for joining me on this crazy thing. I'm thrilled about it. Yeah, again, thank you to absolutely everybody who's asked me to be a part of the event. Thank you to everyone who's been running it, sent me my amazing stuff. Rascal, thank you for all the beautiful art that you sent me. I'm getting more Palps gifts, good God. Yeah, I'm very, very humbled and very appreciative to have been a part of all of this. Yeah, I don't know when this is going to end. I don't just want to get cut off. Am I going to get cut off? I don't know. Huh? I don't know. I'm not going to get cut off, right? Oh, you're welcome. Alrighty, I have just been told that I can stop whenever. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for absolutely everything today. It's been a dream. I'm gonna try and watch the rest of the streams as well if I can. But yeah, thank you for listening to me, guys. I am yeah, very appreciative, and I will see you all again soon. Bye bye.